now we're in the part 2, so it's demo time. And I made this really fast. It's not nowhere near optimized. There might be a bunch of mistakes in the code that I could make it much faster. And then here the most interesting part was to test the Helsinki-NLP, like transformer models. So like no effort was put to searching like the latest audio to text models. So like these Transform and GTTS models or something like that. So the main point was just to demo the capability to throw this like 100-liner Python together to transform spoken text from one language to another. So let's go now through this. So here we have basic imports, some with time, VLC, so for the VLC player we use it later for something. You have to play the audio file. Then we import the GTTS, so Google Text to Speech. And if you want to check all the available languages with the Google Text to Speech, you can run this on your command line here. So, and it will output all the GTTS like language codes. Then we will import the speech recognition library and then the neural machine translation libraries. Then we will configure the speech recognition. So here I'm using my microphone, so like this. And here I specify the language which I'm going to speak in this video. And here you can find the available languages. So I'm going to use Finnish, as said. Then here are the neural machine translation configurations. So here I give the source language and then the target language. And here are all the available models. There are now currently 1011 different models with varying like metrics. So some of these are better, some are worse, but there are really many of these, so check it out if you want to test it for the language. Hopefully it is here. So then we give the language for the GTTS. So the this is going to be always the target language. And here we define the model name, so it's like always with the same like format. So Helsinki-NLP opus MT and then the source and the target languages. And then you get the model and tokenizer with that model name. Here in the beginning of the loop, in the first part we just want an input, so press enter to start the recording of the first file, and we initiate or make initial file number to be 0. have the microphone as source, and then we start the loop. So we increment the file number by 1, and then we adjust the recording of my microphone. So it will listen for half a second, and it will try to listen to the background noise. So if there is some like white noise it records or something constant in the background, it tries to filter it out so that it can capture the speech and just the speech, not the background noise. Then we try to listen to the audio from the source, so from a microphone, and if it like finds audio, here we just give it a file name and MP4 like MP3 target file names, which we will use later, and then we just print out the numbers and the file names. Then we write the like audio to a file. This is because it can recognize the audio a bit better, at least based on my testing, but I'm not really sure. But at least for me it felt so that if I would write this to a file, it then can recognize the audio better. So here we write it to a file. And then we take the audio file and feed it to the Google's API for the speech recognition. So we use to recognize Google, and here we inform that yeah, we're speaking Finnish, which was given here. So now we have recognized audio, or we got the text from audio. Here it will print out what it heard in the audio, and here we will feed then the recognized text to the neural machine translation model. As a patch, and then we just run this through the model and then get back the words. Then we will use the GTTS. So we have now the text in the target language. So here, as we specified, it was, I guess, Swedish. Yes. And then we will use that text and then GTTS, so Google Text to Speech, to save that as an audio file. So the Swedish text will be transformed to a Swedish audio file with GTTS. Then we will just use the VLC. So here we use the VLC, which was imported in the beginning, to play the file. And then in the end we will just delete the MP3 file. And here we want the user to press enter for yet another go. So that's basically it. And let's test it once. So Moi, mitä kuuluu?
Hej, hur mår du?
Minulle kuuluu hyvää.
Jag mår bra.
Okay, there we have Swedish and hopefully I have time for yet some other language. Let's test German. On kaunis päivä tänään.
Ein schöner Tag heute.
Ajattelin tänään katsoa jalkapalloa.
Ich wollte mir heute Football ansehen.
Okay, I think you get the point. So it works quite fine for like a normal basic sentences and with like a clear pronunciation. So that was part 2. Leave a comment, give me a like if you like the video. I'm not yet sure what I will post next. There is some demand for like SageMaker stuff out there to run SageMaker training job in custom containers. That might be one. But if you have ideas, so just leave a comment. But see you and until next time.